Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of All Around the Platinum, the show where we platinum a game, we talk about it, the difficulty, the enjoyment, the journey of getting every trophy to each game and then of course obtaining that beautiful glorious platinum. And yes, my background is different and it's been a little while since I've done one of these episodes. Unfortunately a lot has happened, so I'm not going to go into personal stuff here, but just know that these videos should now be coming out a little bit more regularly and we're going to get that backlog finished so I can catch up to where I'm at now and then start working on new games properly. But yes, today's game that we are going to be talking about is Pumpkin Jack, a game that I got during the 30 Platinums 30 Days video, and this is the next one that we're going to talk about here. So, before we get into it, let's have a little bit of information about the game, shall we? Pumpkin Jack is a video game developed by Nicholas Mesunla. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. I apologise. Masunia. I'm just going to call you Nicholas. I hope that. And published by Head Up Games. It was released for Windows, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One in 2020, and PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S in 2021. It combines elements of an action-adventure game, 3D platformer games, and hack-and-slash game. It was made on the Unreal Engine 4. The initial release date was the 23rd of October 2020, and it is an indie game as well as an action-adventure. So, yeah. There's that. The game itself is made out of 33 trophies, including the glorious and holy platinum. According to PSN profiles, let's go into some stats here. According to the 3,073 game owners, according to PSN profiles, out of those 1,786, 58.12% have the platinum, and of course the same for the 100% as well. As for difficulty, the game is rated a 3 out of 10 difficulty, requiring one playthrough and taking roughly around 6 hours to complete. I'll be completely honest, like, this game shocked me about how good it was. Like, I genuinely had a fantastic time playing this game. Playing through the game, experiencing the levels. It wasn't a super long game either, and there was no real difficult trophies. I obviously had a guide up for collectibles and stuff just to make the process a little bit easier, but I've got to be honest, like, this entire game was a genuine pleasure to play from start to finish. The stylization of the game and how it looks is just wonderful. I got a sneeze. Oh, that's great. In the middle of a recording. But yeah, the style of the game is wonderful. The controls actually feel kind of weighty and genuinely feel fun to play with. It was really enjoyable doing the fighting in the game. A little bit clunky with the fighting, I would say. But once you kind of get used to it, it's a breeze on how to do it. And not really too difficult either. You're going to have genuinely a wonderful time whether you're going for the platinum or not for this game. But if you are interested in going trophy hunting and starting to collect those platinums, I would suggest this one. It normally goes on sale fairly frequently for quite cheap as well. So, I mean, it's a great game to start with as well. Like, it's a fun, interesting, and kind of a mixture of everything experience. You know, the trophies aren't just do this, do that. It's like there are story trophies, there are fighting, like sort of specifically combat trophies, I should say. There are collectible trophies, but none of them are too egregious, and it's a nice little foray into trophy hunting if you've never done it before. So, yeah, it's a great one. And now that we have talked about the game, let's watch those trophies pop, including the platinum. Yeah, and with that, guys, let us get into the difficulty, the enjoyment, and of course, the most difficult trophy to obtain in the game. So, for this game, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10 in enjoyment, which is what I gave it in the 30 Platinums 30 Days video, and I would stand by that. The reason I wouldn't give it any higher is just because, again, the game is very simplistic in its, systems, but it's effective, and it works really well, and it's a genuinely fun time to play. And again, I had an amazing time with this game. An absolutely phenomenal time. It was a really enjoyable experience from start to finish. There were, like I said, there's a bit of clunkiness in the combat, but other than that, you're going to have an amazing time with this. So yes, 8 out of 10, solid game, a lot of good boss fights too. As for difficulty, I gave it a 2 out of 10 during the 30 Platinums 30 Days video, and I think I would be entitled to agree. A 2 out of 10 is a solid score for it, I think. Obviously, it's given a 3 out of 10 on PSN profiles, and the reason that I don't agree with that is just simply because I didn't experience that much difficulty with the game. Despite the fact I did have, don't get me wrong, I did have a guide up for the collectibles. I did for a little while not bother using a guide, and I think I missed like one collectible. They're really, really easy to spot. They are obvious they're in obvious areas that they want you to explore, because the game is pretty linear, so if there's a little pathway that sort of diverts off the obvious path, it's more than likely there's a collectible there. A little bit repetitive in their placements with the collectibles, but overall not really difficult, and you'll find them pretty easy without putting too much effort in anyway. Okay, and here we come to the hardest trophy in the game. Now, this is a bit of a weird one for me to choose, but like I said, for the majority of it, I didn't use a guide. So because of that, I'm basing it off of my actual experience from the game. And the most difficult trophy, which again, not that difficult, but the most difficult trophy I would give in the game is You've Got a Problem, Man. Collect every single crow skull in the world, which are the collectibles. Yeah, I mean, again, not super difficult, not a hard one to do, but some of those placements, although they are repetitive, there's one or two that, like I said, that I did miss, and it's just simply because I didn't notice that little branching narrative path that they wanted me to go on. It's a little exploration area that I could have gone through, and I just forgot to do it. So, yeah. Overall, a fantastic game, a fantastic experience, and a really enjoyable platinum to go for too. And there we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of All Around the Platinum. I will be getting back to these as regularly as I possibly can now. I'm hoping to continue this sort of momentum that I've been on in the last week of doing a lot of sort of editing and streaming and working and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you guys for being patient. I do appreciate it. And of course, I hope you enjoyed this episode of All Around the Platinum. And I will catch you guys in the next one, where we finally hit that barrier where I realise I'm playing games now just to get the platinums. We'll see my friend Oink Oink in the next one.